What is happening, everyone, and welcome back to PS5 Nexus. Get ready, because the news cycle is absolutely firing on all cylinders this week, and we've got some massive updates that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. From groundbreaking gameplay reveals to the return of an iconic franchise, we are diving deep into everything you need to know to stay ahead of the game. We've got exclusive insights, developer breakdowns, and all the hype you can handle. So buckle up, because this is your essential briefing on what's hot in the world of gaming right now. Don't touch that dial, because the next few minutes are going to be packed with all the information you've been waiting for. Let's get into it. State of Play Spotlight. Get ready for an extensive deep dive into 7 First Light, with over 30 minutes of raw gameplay set to blow you away. We're talking espionage, high-octane action, and a brand new look at Bond's origins. Metal Gear Solid Masterpiece, the legendary Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater is making a triumphant return as Metal Gear Solid Delta. We've got the full rundown on this highly anticipated remake, including what to expect from its stunning graphical overhaul and classic gameplay. 7 First Light Deep Dive. That's right, we're talking about 7 First Light again because there's more. A dedicated State of Play presentation is dropping this week, promising an even closer look at the espionage action. You won't want to miss these fresh details. Gameplay Breakdown. We're breaking down the latest from the world of 7 First Light with an in-depth gameplay showcase. Prepare to see Bond in action like never before, with developer insights that shed light on the creative vision behind this epic title. Stick around for all the details. Don't miss a single second of this action-packed update. Hit that like button, subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your gaming news, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Let's go. A new era for espionage. 7 First Light gameplay revealed. Prepare for a significant moment in gaming history, as PlayStation has officially announced that its upcoming State of Play presentation will dedicate an extensive segment to IO Interactive's highly anticipated James Bond title, 7 First Light. This special event, scheduled for September 3rd, is set to commence at 11 a.m. PT, 7 p.m. BST, and 8 p.m. CEST, broadcasting live across PlayStation's official Twitch and YouTube channels, promising an unprecedented look at the game. The centerpiece of this showcase will be a substantial block of over 30 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay footage. This extended preview is designed to immerse viewers in Bond's inaugural mission as a newly recruited MI6 agent. Audiences can anticipate a comprehensive display of the game's core mechanics, featuring everything from exhilarating, fast-paced car chases that test the limits of speed and control, to meticulously crafted stealth sequences demanding precision and cunning. Furthermore, the presentation will highlight intense, high-stakes shootouts that capture the essence of Bond's perilous assignments. Following this deep dive into gameplay, the developers at IO Interactive will join the broadcast to offer invaluable commentary, sharing their creative philosophy and the intricate details behind their ambitious approach to revitalizing the iconic James Bond franchise for a new generation. Jan Roskel, the senior global communication manager at IO Interactive, expressed considerable excitement about the upcoming showcase. Prepare for a deep dive on 7 First Light, Roskel announced. During this special State of Play, the development team at IO Interactive declassifies new gameplay on James Bond's upcoming espionage action-adventure thrill ride. This statement underscores the significant effort and anticipation surrounding the project. 7 First Light represents a monumental return for the James Bond video game series, marking the first major installment in over a decade. The franchise's last significant release, 7 Legends, launched in 2012 under Activision before the publisher eventually relinquished its non-exclusive licensing rights. IO Interactive first unveiled its plans for a new James Bond game in November 2020, officially transitioning into full production following the successful completion of their critically acclaimed Hitman 3 in 2021. The game received its initial official reveal during a State of Play event earlier this year, where a debut trailer provided fans with their first glimpse into the reimagined origin story of the legendary secret agent. With a projected release in 2026, Seven First Light is slated to arrive on a diverse range of platforms, including the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5, Windows PC, and Xbox Series XS. The game is being crafted as an original narrative experience, drawing inspiration from the rich literary universe created by Ian Fleming and the enduring legacy of the film series. It aims to chronicle Bond's earliest missions, meticulously detailing his journey toward earning the coveted and infamous license to kill. The announcement has generated considerable buzz among fans, eager to see how IO Interactive, known for its expertise in the stealth genre, will tackle the James Bond IP. Early reactions suggest a high level of anticipation for the gameplay mechanics and narrative depth promised. Get ready, because this is just the beginning of our deep dive. Next up, we're revisiting the world of espionage with even more details on Seven First Light. Another look at Bond. Seven First Light state of play confirmed. James Bond aficionados, mark your calendars. IO Interactive is gearing up to offer a fresh and in-depth perspective on their upcoming title, Seven First Light, with a dedicated PlayStation State of Play presentation scheduled for this week. This exciting announcement, made by Jan Roskel, IO Interactive's Senior Global Communication Manager, promises a substantial 30-minute gameplay showcase that will delve into the nascent stages of Bond's career. The presentation is slated to begin on Wednesday, September 3rd, at 2 p.m. ET, 11 a.m. PT, and 7 p.m. BST, and will be streamed live across PlayStation's official YouTube and Twitch channels, ensuring accessibility for fans worldwide. Roskel highlighted the content of the showcase, stating, "The action includes everything from high-speed car chases to on-foot stealth sequences and shootouts." This description paints a vivid picture of the dynamic gameplay players can expect, emphasizing the blend of vehicular thrills, stealthy infiltration, and intense combat that defines the Bond experience. Seven First Light is being described as a thrilling espionage action-adventure game, set to follow James Bond during his formative years. The game's official description notes that players will follow James Bond as a young, resourceful, and sometimes reckless recruit in MI6's training program, and discover an origin story of the world's most famous spy. This narrative focus on Bond's early development and his journey to becoming the legendary agent is a key selling point, offering a fresh perspective on a beloved character. The game is expected to launch in 2026, with a multi-platform release planned for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, PC, and the anticipated Nintendo Switch 2. This broad release strategy aims to capture a wide audience, making Bond's origin story accessible to as many players as possible. The title was initially revealed back in June during a separate State of Play event, where the first trailer provided a preliminary glimpse into the game's world and premise. PS5 Nexus will be providing comprehensive coverage of the State of Play event as it unfolds, ensuring our viewers are kept up to date with all the latest developments. In addition to this major announcement, we've also been tracking other significant gaming news, including leaked gameplay footage of the upcoming free-to-play Battlefield 6 Battle Royale mode, and updates on CD Projekt Red's continued growth, with ongoing work on Cyberpunk 2 and The Witcher 4. We encourage our audience to sign up for our newsletter to stay informed on all these fronts. The community response to the announcement of a dedicated State of Play for Seven First Light has been overwhelmingly positive, with many fans expressing excitement about seeing more gameplay and learning about the game's direction. The focus on an origin story and the involvement of IO Interactive have fueled high expectations. Prepare yourselves for an even deeper dive into the world of espionage. Coming up next, we're shifting gears to discuss a legendary franchise's highly anticipated remake. Snake Eater returns, Metal Gear Solid Delta review insights. Prepare to don your tactical gear and infiltrate a Soviet stronghold once more, as the highly anticipated remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater, now titled Metal Gear Solid Delta, is making its grand debut. Developed and published by Konami, this reimagined classic is slated for release on August 28, 2025, across PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS platforms. Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater, a title widely regarded as a cornerstone of the stealth action genre, transports players to the tense atmosphere of the Cold War. In this gripping narrative, players assume the role of Naked Snake, an elite operative dispatched into hostile enemy territory on a critical mission to retrieve a prominent Russian scientist. The game's premise is steeped in intrigue. Rival nations are secretly developing weapons capable of jeopardizing the future of mankind. Deep in the jungle, an elite soldier must combine stealth and survival skills to infiltrate enemy ranks and prevent the activation of a weapon of mass destruction capable of unleashing the greatest war the world has ever known. This narrative setup promises a high-stakes experience filled with espionage and the constant threat of global conflict. Regarding the remake itself, the developers have emphasized its fidelity to the original masterpiece, enhanced with significant graphical improvements. However, Metal Gear Solid Delta isn't just a visual upgrade. It introduces new gameplay features designed to enhance player experience. Notably, players will have the option to choose between a more modern third-person camera perspective or a classic overhead view, catering to both new players and longtime fans. A unique addition is the Snake vs. Monkey mode, a playful diversion where players must track down and capture elusive monkeys, adding a layer of unexpected fun to the intense gameplay. With an estimated playtime of around 22 hours for the main story, the question on many minds is whether this remake is worth the investment. For those who cherish the original PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 versions, the answer is a resounding yes. The core mechanics and compelling storyline remain faithfully intact, with the primary evolution being the choice of camera perspectives. The narrative itself is as engrossing as ever, seamlessly blending intricate infiltration sequences with challenging boss battles, ensuring players remain captivated throughout their journey. Iconic adversaries like the Fear, the End, the Boss, the Pain, the Fury, the Sorrow, and Vol'jin are all present, ready to test Snake's mettle. However, the remake does present a minor hurdle: Snake's handling. In comparison to contemporary gaming standards, the controls may feel somewhat dated and require an adjustment period. While seasoned fans will likely adapt quickly, newcomers might find the initial learning curve a bit steep, potentially leading to some frustration. Graphically, the improvements are undeniable, particularly in the detailed rendering of characters and environments. The transformation of the Sorrow and his spectral entourage, for instance, is strikingly rendered in the PlayStation 5 version. The game offers a graphics mode that prioritizes visual fidelity, which is highly recommended, as the performance mode struggles to maintain a stable 60 frames per second, impacting fluidity, especially during intense combat encounters. Despite these minor critiques, the overall experience is overwhelmingly positive, serving as a powerful nostalgic trip for veteran gamers. It's an iconic title that remains incredibly fun to revisit, capturing the magic that made it a beloved classic. Konami's return with this emblematic franchise is a significant event, and the anticipation for encounters with formidable bosses like the Pain and the Sorrow is palpable. In the interim, many are eagerly awaiting Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Vol. 1. The gaming community has reacted with immense enthusiasm to the news of Metal Gear Solid Delta, with many praising Konami's commitment to preserving the integrity of the original while updating it for modern hardware. The inclusion of fan-favorite bosses and the option for different camera styles have been particularly well received. Get ready for more action-packed reveals that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Next up, we're circling back to an upcoming title that's generating serious buzz, with even more exclusive details. 7 First Light gets dedicated State of Play showcase. Fans eager for a deeper dive into IO Interactive's upcoming James Bond game, 7 First Light, have reason to celebrate. Following its initial reveal a couple of months ago, the development team is wasting no time in providing another substantial look at the highly anticipated title. PlayStation has announced a dedicated State of Play showcase specifically for 7 First Light, promising an extensive preview of its gameplay mechanics and features. The special presentation is scheduled to air on Thursday, September 4th. For viewers in Australia, the showcase will commence at 4:00 a.m. AEST. To accommodate those who might miss the live broadcast due to the early hour, the stream will be made available below for convenient viewing. Additionally, the State of Play presentation will be accessible on the official PlayStation Twitch channel, ensuring fans have multiple avenues to tune in. This dedicated showcase is set to feature approximately 30 minutes of gameplay, offering an in-depth look at various aspects of the game. The preview will highlight key elements of Bond's espionage adventures, including high-speed car chases that promise adrenaline-pumping excitement, intense shootouts that capture the thrill of combat, and meticulously crafted stealth sequences that require cunning and precision. This extended gameplay demonstration aims to provide players with a comprehensive understanding of the game's core mechanics and overall experience. Following the live showcase, PS5 Nexus will be providing a thorough breakdown of all the information revealed. We encourage viewers to return after the show as we unpack every detail from the 30-minute deep dive, ensuring our audience stays informed about the latest developments in the world of 7 First Light. This focused presentation signals a significant step in the game's marketing campaign, building anticipation for its eventual release. The gaming community has responded with considerable excitement to the news of a dedicated State of Play for 7 First Light. The prospect of seeing over half an hour of new gameplay, focusing on action sequences and stealth mechanics, has generated significant anticipation. Many are eager to see how IO Interactive's signature style will translate to the James Bond universe, particularly after the success of the Hitman series. This deep dive into the world of espionage is just getting started. Up next, we're looking back at a legendary franchise's stunning remake that's hitting all the right notes. And that's a wrap on today's Essential Gaming Update. We saw an in-depth gameplay reveal for 7 First Light coming to State of Play. We got the full scoop on the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater remake. We also learned about another upcoming State of Play dedicated to 7 First Light, and a detailed gameplay breakdown of 7 First Light is on the way. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, drop a like on this video, and let us know in the comments which of these updates you're most excited for. Follow us on all social media platforms for even more gaming news and content. We'll see you in the next one.